Yeah, I've got an option just to
So
just to
so
let
we
me
are
know.
we are live now. So I'm here with this is our weekly Let's Grow live. Now today I'm in a different room. I'm in my living room because now my basement, the Wi-Fi is not working down there. I didn't feel like going in the office, so now I'm in my living room. But I'm here with, we do this every Thursday, 10 a.m. Do some shout outs, spotlight a few members, updates. Um, so happy to be here with Edmond Wood and Sharif Hamdy. So I mean, we'll just get right into it. Well, first, Edmond, why don't you just tell us a little bit about who you are and what business you're a part of?
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks, Mike. So as quite a lot of you know, but I guess the group is growing all the time. Yeah, I'm with Victory Sports Global Outreach. We're a 501c3 nonprofit, which has been in operation since August 2017. So we just passed the 4-year mark. And simply put, we are a backbone organization. We provide the equipment and resources that that other nonprofits, youth programs, inner city schools, or any under-resourced school, and to families directly to get them the equipment they need so that all kids can play sports and participate in sports and recreation. So too many kids are priced out of the opportunity that other kids get because they can't afford the equipment, or a program that's in their local area doesn't offer good high quality programs, or no programming at all because again they haven't got the funds to put on those programs, and equipment is a huge part of that barrier. So my boss, the founder and executive director, is Doug Reifenberg, who had a couple of kids, growing up playing every sport, growing as people, and growing out of stuff, and watched it all pile up in his basement, and realized that there's so many kids who didn't have that opportunity. So 4 years on, we provide equipment to hundreds of other youth serving organizations in Western New York. We also give equipment directly out to kids in the community. And the most recent development is we now have a kind of a part-time equipment outlet. So a kind of a retail store type, Goodwill type model, where it's the collected equipment that we have. We make it available for individuals to come for 3 hours on a Wednesday, 3 hours on a Friday, and kind of pay what you can. So it's a warehouse full of equipment at the Eastern Hills Mall.
Yeah, I
On
mean,
transit.
there's a ton of great things there too. So whether you know somebody
Yeah.
who needs something, it's a great setup. And the other thing too, so we went there as the group with Grow, and we did some volunteer work, put together some packages that they're giving to kids. So if you ever have a group you want to get together, help organize those, it's fun. And the Eastern Hills Mall has a few restaurants you can go to, have a little happy hour after. So it's just a great place.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was like a COVID adaptation. Obviously, I mean, this is when I joined, which was April 2020. So, youth sports all just was cut, and people couldn't gather. Kids weren't, able to do anything really. So we had to react and came up with some ideas with the support of some of our partners like Project Play Western New York, which is a part of the Community Foundation, and the Ralph Wilson Foundation. Came up with these play packs that are just small cinch bags full of, a playground ball, a frisbee, a jump rope, an exercise band, a few other little trinkets that we distributed to kids all across Western New York, primarily through food banks, food pantries. And that's something that will probably continue on, but thankfully we're now doing a lot more of our regular work, which is kind of providing bulk equipment to programs and other nonprofits and stuff like that. So
Yeah, no, it's great. I love what you guys do, and
thanks, Mike.
I'm gonna come back to Edmond in a moment because he's got a nice little adventure coming up over the next month that will be fun to talk about a little bit.
Absolutely.
But Sharif, tell us a little bit about you and what you do and your business, how you help people.
Sure. Sure, absolutely. So I am the publisher of this neighborhood publication. It's called Williamsville Living. I'm a franchisee with Best Version Media, and these are hyper local publications that focus around the neighborhoods, the residents, the local businesses. These are designed to bring people together, locally owned businesses and the residents within the communities. Sometimes we do nonprofit spotlights, different things like that. This publication right now, I'm part of the expansion team. There's Williamsville Living right now, and we're also looking to expand into a couple other neighborhoods along the area. But like I said, it's geared towards really, helping local businesses build their brand within the community and get their names back out there and get them in people's heads, top of mind awareness. And, that's really, I guess that's really it. I didn't realize we were going on Facebook Live this morning. I would have been a little more prepared, but it's Facebook.
No, you're good to go. We're just going with the flow. There's no preparation.
Right.
Don't give anybody any warning what we're going to talk about. So,
Absolutely.
but
So
you're good. We live on the fly sometimes.
absolutely. So I'm looking at two screens here. I have a couple things I can read off of. I hope you guys don't mind. That'll give a description what it is. So what I do is I provide a branding mechanism for locally owned businesses by specifically targeting affluent and educated readers. I accomplish this by having businesses, they become sponsors within the publication. So it's not an ad book. For example, one of my clients, Buffalo Gal on Main Street, she's listed right here. I know you can't see it because of Zoom.
I cannot see it.
But she has an educational article in here on fall skincare. So obviously you're not going to be able to read it from there, but different things like that. It's really designed to get people engaged. These magazines are always driven to be positive and uplifting. There's no controversy, no news, no politics, anything of that nature. So this is kind of it's what I do.
Yeah, I mean, Williamsville is a great area. Tons of great businesses, obviously great community. So, I mean, definitely great spot to be in. So certainly you want to connect with Sharif, especially if you own a business in the area. Definitely reach out. And Stephanie, I don't know if she's still watching, but she said hi. She said she's going to be meeting with you later today, Sharif. Stephanie Sarangione.
Oh yes, from I just saw her I just saw her this morning.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll see you at an upcoming event soon.
Yes, when's I don't have my email in front of me. Is there anything coming up soon?
There is. So I guess I'll get that part out of the way now. So the upcoming events, we're doing a partnership with Weedy, WEDI. They work with a lot of West Side businesses in Buffalo, and they own the West Side Bazaar. So we're actually doing an event there September 30th, and we get to sample food from 7 different restaurants.
Try the Ethiopian place. I did a photo shoot.
Yeah, Ethiopian,
Fantastic.
Japanese, Thai, Burmese. So part of the ticket, and actually this is free for members, this event, is you get to sample from 7 of the different restaurants. So it's a cool setup. They're moving into an amazing new space next year. So excited for that, but happy to partner with them, and that will be super exciting and get a lot of different businesses integrated with one another, different communities integrated with one another. So that's the next event, September 30th. We have our virtual kickoffs. Those are every Monday, aside from when we do in person and holidays. So we have a few really great ones coming up with Dale Martin and Mike Davern. Probably come November, we'll start our virtual workshops back up. What else do we have going on? Oh, October 28th. First, October 15th. Wait, no, not October. Sorry, I'm completely getting my date. So October 11th, which is actually Columbus Day, we're doing an in-person Monday event at the K House again. October 28th, we're doing our nonprofit networking event with Buddy's Second Chance Rescue. They rescue dogs. So they rescue dogs, and my daughter is sitting next to me, just asked if she can come because she donates part of her proceeds from her bracelets to Buddies, and we know them. You can say hi if you want.
Good job.
So we do a lot with Buddies. They have a great following. They do a lot of amazing things. So excited to partner with, and that's going to be really just like a fundraising / networking events. Rather than like straight volunteering. Dogs will be there.
Oh man, you know I'm gonna be there.
Yes.
You know what? I actually got a question about that since you brought it up. It's called Buddy's Second Chance Rescue. So I've actually been looking to partner with a pet rescue nonprofit. The idea being, and again, this is it's not a branding thing. They're not buying. It's not a buy-in. It's like a section I want to put in the pet of the month. They have a dog that they want to adopt out, right? We feature them for that month, little story on them. And then, if they get adopted, then we do a follow-up. I've been looking to connect with a couple of places. I haven't had.
Yeah, I mean, Buddies is big. They're actually reach out to me after. Well, I know Buddies really well, and there's actually a couple other dog rescues that I work with too. So
perfect.
Yeah, so just reach out to me after and remind me, and I can probably try to make a few connections for you and see where it goes.
Yeah, that would be great. That'd be great. And I did want to mention too, I almost forgot to mention it. And Accessible Academics is going to be the nonprofit feature.
Nice.
And for the October issue.
Yeah.
So, and as an Edmond?
Yeah, Edmond. Yeah.
I'm sorry, my apologies.
That's fine. No, you're good.
Again, that's part of what we do is we do incorporate nonprofit spotlights periodically. So if you want to connect, arrange an article for you.
That'd be amazing. Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, no, that would be excellent. Yeah, I was certainly thinking about that when you mentioned it. I actually had a question. We're at the Eastern Hills Mall, as I mentioned. And Google likes to call that Buffalo, but we always call it Williamsville. It's right there on Transit and Main. Like, does that fall in your kind of Williamsville jurisdiction?
Right in my neighborhood.
Very much so. Okay.
You guys are, well, as a matter of fact, Locks, the salon over there next to the Buffalo store.
Yeah.
They're an expert in the magazine too. So I'm always in there.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, well, we'd love to do a piece with you guys, and I'll shoot you a message afterwards. Thanks.
Perfect, no problem.
See, and even on the lives, good connections.
Exactly. You know how to pick them, Mike. You know what you're doing, it seems.
Well, actually, the wheel's random, so.
Oh, okay. All right, you could have claimed that one. You could have claimed that.
Yeah, no, I know. But they are complete. What's that?
So I was going to ask Edmond, what's the proper name of the organization?
Victory Sports Global Outreach. Mostly goes by Victory Sports, but there are a lot of those out on Facebook. So we
right, yeah, you got to narrow it.
Yeah, and we have done some global stuff. We've sent a fair bit of stuff overseas over the years, so we can own that global part of the name.
Well, and that leads in, so it's going to be it's going to be sad to see Edmond go, but he could still join us across sea. I don't know what the time difference is, but
5 hours.
What is it?
5 hours. So okay. Not bad. Yeah. Could be worse. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe he can join us on some virtual stuff, but he's going to actually be going back to soon.
Soon, yeah. So my last day with Victory Sports is the 30th of September. So I'm thinking that West Side Bazaar as the big blowout leaving party. Not to steal the thunder too much, but yeah, the last day is the 30th, and then we leave the States on the 27th of November. So basically, we have all of.
Tell us about the adventure you're about to take.
So we're driving from Buffalo to San Francisco. We leave Buffalo on the 30th of October. So yeah, I wondered there was a month missing. So I've got probably a couple of weeks of doing handovers and stuff. And I'll mention the new hire that Doug has made. But yeah, so we drive from here. We've got stops confirmed so far in Louisville, Nashville, Memphis, some random mountain in Arkansas, which we're probably going to get, attacked or something like that. But yeah, this kind of state park in Arkansas. Then a bit of a hike over not a hike, but a long trip over to Denver, or just outside Denver. And then probably a few days around Colorado, various hiking and whatnot. And then the rest is kind of unconfirmed, but Utah, the Grand Canyon, Santa Fe, hopefully, and then about a week in California before leaving San Francisco on the 27th. We've got a friend who lives in Berkeley. So yeah, we've done the first 6 days, booked in accommodation, campsites, Airbnbs, whatever. So yeah, very exciting.
What's the thing that you're most excited about on that journey?
So, I mean, I love barbecue and whiskey and bourbon. So that first leg in like Louisville, and then some music in Nashville and Memphis for sure. But we have tickets to a concert at the Red Rocks Amphitheater, which is just outside Denver. It's like a natural, the seats are carved out of the Red Rock, and apparently it's just insane. So we didn't have many options because of the timing, but there's a DJ called Deadmau5 who some may know. I knew him from my kind of college years, I guess, late college years. So that probably be a great light show and just the whole. So that's going to be, I think, going to be pretty special. But that's partly why we have like 12 hours to dash all across Kansas and half of Colorado. So yeah, Kansas is not getting a good write-up in the road trip groups that I'm in. It's like, just get on I-70 and go don't stop. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it all. I mean, you got to take obviously tons of video, tons of pictures.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, there's a fabulous group. I mean, it's a bit overwhelming, but I'm sure there's lots of them, but the one I'm in, this See the USA road trip Facebook group, which is just endless people posting a route, asking for directions. There's kind of hundreds of answers and comments on every post within like a couple of hours. So I'm trying to save them all in folders of like Utah group, Utah advice. And you just can't expect to see everything. You're going to get some stuff wrong. You're going to have fights with your wife. You're gonna, it's gonna be an adventure for sure.
It's gonna be amazing though. I mean,
yeah, but I've had some good tips from people here as well, so I appreciate that.
Nice. Are you looking into a Bills game before you leave?
Yeah, so I actually went to the preseason game in the end. I've met I met someone at the workshop, Dan's buddy, who's awesome, gave me some tickets to the preseason game. But yeah, nice. It gave me the feel for it, and I want to get to a proper game. So of course, there's some developments on that recently, which mean we're thinking some more tickets might seem to be coming on the market. But yeah, hopefully the Washington or the Texans game look like the best option. So we tried for the way,
and those will be good too, because we should win.
We should crush them. Yeah, exactly. We were hoping for an away game. That would have been the dream, right? There's a national. There's a Titans away game, but it's a Monday night before we leave. And there's a Kansas away game, but that's about 2 weeks wrong for us. Yeah, we might try and go to another game, just a random one, maybe in Denver or over on the West Coast or something. So nice. Yeah, all exciting.
So I started this last week. So I'm going to put you guys on the spot too. Tell us.
And I just quickly, sorry, I don't know if we'll come back to this. I wanted to share about the new lady. Is this something we'll come back to? The new hire in Victory Sports.
Oh yeah. Tell us now.
Sorry. Yeah. So Doug has hired a lady called Kerry Lembeck, who is currently working at UB in the Graduate School of Education as in advancement and development. So really relevant experience, obviously coming from a really established and respected organization at UB. And so she's got some really great credentials to come in as the new director of development and fundraising for Victory Sports. So she starts on the 1st of October. As I said, we're going to do kind of as much handover over that first couple of weeks of October, but she'll be in place 1st of October. She's keen to pick up on anything that I'm involved in already, as well as all the new things that she does. So and Doug, Doug is involved in Grow. He knows it. He obviously has seen some of the great partnerships that have come from it. So I'll be kind of introducing her once she's kind of got an email address and is a bit up and running and stuff. So but I'll be singing Grow's praises. I've met some great people through it, some good corporate partnerships, some volunteers, all sorts of things, you guys. So long may it continue with Victory Sports and Grow.
No, I appreciate all your involvement, and like I said, feel free to jump on anytime virtually. And
we'll do.
You're irreplaceable, but looking forward to meeting the.
I'll take that. Yeah, thanks, Mike.
So I'm gonna put you both on the spot. And I did it last week with them too. So each of you tell us something that nobody really knows about you. I know it's a tough question.
How interesting does it have to be?
But honestly, as interesting as you want it to be.
I was born in Jordan, in the Middle East. Lived there for a couple of years. Don't remember it at all. My dad was working there, but I often claim to be the only kind of ginger Arab out there, but it's not totally true. And then when I went for the interview for the visa to get to the States, they were like, "Oh, born in Jordan," and I said, "Yeah," and they said, "What was the follow up? Something like, oh, are you a citizen?" Which they could see on my passport said I was British. And as soon as I said no, they were like, "Okay, fine," just stamped it and moved on. But it was could have been a bit more hairy, but no, that's one thing that came to mind.
What about you, Sharif?
Well, I oddly enough, it actually also relates to the Middle East. So I'm the firstborn of my namesake. My father was an immigrant from Egypt, and I learned how to drive a car, standard shift stick in a Fiat behind the Great Pyramid of Giza. That's where I learned family trip.
Love that.
My father just pulled over. We were taking our visit there, and he just pulled over and he said, "Get in the driver's seat." And he taught me how to use the clutch and how to shift. So that was my first driving experience, was next to the Great Pyramid.
That's awesome. I can't wait to get back to driving a manual, a proper car, as I call it. So back home.
Is it gonna be weird driving on the other side now?
Not really. Like, the big thing that people always kind of forget or don't consider is that you are sat on the other side as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I've never found it that odd, but I can see maybe that first moment. There's times when you drive to France, you literally drive onto the Eurotunnel, which is the train that you can drive onto, takes you across the channel, and then you have to drive out literally the other side of the road. So I've done that a few times, and that's very much, within an hour you have to remember to drive out of a train and go on the other side. But it'll be fine.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate both you guys coming on. I'll share your contact details. You'll be in an upcoming Spotlight email, which we are a little bit behind, but eventually you guys will be in the Spotlight email. I'm going to finish this up. You can stick around while I do a couple quick updates and do the wheel, or you can leave. Up to you. But I'll be here for a couple more minutes. But
cool. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. So what I'm going to do next is just simply share this. I'm going to just share this. It's the difference between if you're a Facebook member versus a paid premium member. Some of the benefits that you get. One of them is we take the time to spotlight the members, come on the live, send out the emails. We'll find other ways. We're actually going to be doing a vendor events in November. We're just still securing a location that will be for members only as well. So just even those things for the cost is beneficial. But a couple things, our virtual Monday kickoffs are free for premium members. Our 1 hour workshops that will be starting back up are free for virtual members. Our special events like our WEDI event is free for members, and other ones are a very reduced fee. You get access up to about 200 workshops from the library, access to the member directory, and then first priority on sponsorships. And then our goal is to just keep increasing that value, find ways that we can benefit members, spotlight members, and do that. And we have our Grow Together groups as well. Mike Cardis, who couldn't join us today, was another spotlight. And he does an amazing job with our strategy sessions, which Edmond has taken part of. And we meet once a month and share ideas, strategies. He runs it. But basically what he does, he does a lot, works with a lot of businesses on team building, managerial leadership, organizational development, and works with a variety of different businesses and sizes. So he just does an amazing job. So yeah, if you have any questions about the Grow Together groups, reach out to us. So I'm going to get, unless you guys have any thoughts or questions, I'm going to jump in right into the wheel for the next spotlight. All right, well, I always like doing the wheel. So actually, what did I do with the wheel? Oh, here it is. Okay. All right, so we're going to do the wheel, and this is just going to be the next group of spotlights, which we'll do in 2 weeks. So we're kind of skipping a week per se for the live. Let's see. All right, so we're going to pick 3 names, and those will be the next group of spotlights. John Adams. Awesome.
There he is.
Yeah. So he was just recently our sponsor and got a couple shout outs. So glad to have John again. Let's shout him out again.
Those dollars go a long way, right?
Yeah. You get extra names on the wheel. Robert Giuseppe, so he's a home inspector with Pillar to Post. So excited to have him join us if he's able to. Last but not least, and Gail Gigi Stewart. A lot of couple long names in this one, so excited for know Gail. She's amazing, so hopefully she'll be able to join us as well. So just in a couple weeks. I don't think there's anything else I need to talk about, so I appreciate you guys coming on. I'm sure I will see you both soon.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate the spotlight.
Yeah. All right, have a great weekend.
You as well. Thank you.
See you guys. Thanks.